All right, so good evening, everybody. If you're watching the replay, this is Abdul Fazil, the Flex Flashing expert, the convener
Uh-huh.
of the Visionary Educator series, and we're so glad to have you all here. Our guest today is no other person than Coach Innocent Waziri. He's popularly called Uncle Waziri, the millionaire teacher. He has a lot of, actually has a lot of, very a lot of art. But today he's going to be talking about the millionaire teacher's blueprint. For me, I believe so much in the idea that whatever you want to achieve, there's someone that have achieved it before. And if you can, maybe because I'm a mathematician, so we deal with in mathematics, we deal with more formulas. So we don't just like start doing things from all over again. Once we have a formula for it, you just follow the formula. You want to solve a quadratic equation, I don't need to go and reinvent the wheel. I just need to use the quadratic formula and I will get it. So the same way, there are people who have achieved whatever we want to achieve. There are people who are making millions, steadily millions, consistent millions as teachers, who are teachers as you and me. So we have invited one of them, uh, Coach Innocent, to come and share that with us, share his blueprint, the blueprint of the millionaire teachers with us, strategies for financial and professional growth. He's here with us already, and I will start by reading his profile now. And when I finish reading his profile, I want you to please give him a resounding clap innovation. Yes, clap innovation. You have the reaction. You can use it to start. Let's welcome him. All right. So, Coach Innocent Waziri is an educator, trainer, speaker, and consultant dedicated to transforming learning experiences through innovative teaching methodologies, inclusive education, and professional development. His passion is empowering educators to navigate complex educational environments with practical application and sustainable impact. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I will continue now. My network just me out. So beyond teacher training, he offers professional consultation to educators seeking alternative income streams outside the classroom. His guidance has helped over 250 teachers successfully transition into new career opportunities, leveraging their skills beyond traditional teaching roles. Waziri is committed to equipping educators with the tools, strategies, and confidence they need to thrive in an evolving educational landscape. Through his work, he continues to advocate for inclusive and impactful learning experiences that empower both teachers and students. Please and please, let's give him a resounding clap innovation. I can't see your clap. Thank you, Miss Blessing. I can't see your clapping. I want the chat to be filled with clap emojis, clap emojis, clap and fire emojis. Yes, clap and fire emojis, both of them together. If we don't have enough of this, we will not call him up. We just like call it a day. Okay, we just call it a day. Hey, thank you, Miss Blessing. I can see the clapping emojis now. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. It takes a lot. If you have been part of this session, maybe the few editions that we have had, the last editions, we have realized that we don't bring small people here. We bring very big people, educators whose time are very valuable, whose 1 hour is very, very valuable. And it's a very big thing. I mean, it's a thing of honor and privilege for them to be here. So if they're going to be committing their time, spending their time here, yeah, they're going to be spending it when they can be spending on something else. They can be when they're going to be spending it here, then you can't afford to not give them the respect they deserve. So we are 16 here, and I'm just saying small fire, small clap. Why? You don't want to know how you're going to become a millionaire teacher. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. I've seen myself. I've consulted myself, and trust me, it's something like. No, let me talk. When he starts his session now, you will see what I'm talking about. All of you that do not talk, you not get access to the replay of this. Just make you that you are not clapping. All right. So to not without further ado, I want to appreciate you, Mr. Waziri. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. It means a lot to us at the Global Educators Academy. We don't take it for granted, and we really, really hope that whatever you're going to share with us today is going to have a solid impact, a transformational impact on the teachers. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. In fact, he came in very early. He came in some minutes to 5 already. He's already here. We're now waiting for the participants. All right, so you can take the floor, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate your honoring our invitation, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
All right.
How we
Thank you so
doing?
much, sir.
All right. Can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can go ahead,
Am
sir.
I good
Yes.
to go?
Yes, sir.
It's fine if I leave my video on so that at least some people see me. So I'm just going to use the next 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes to just talk randomly. I intentionally did not do a slide so that you just hear my gist. Okay. I'll just gist and then be telling you what to do. Things that are going fast and we have to go fast. If sorry, let me adjust this. Obsolete, we're going to be behind. Some weeks ago, I made a post on Facebook, and somebody said, if all the teachers now make money or follow your advice, who will now remain in the poor school? I want to assume the 18 of us here are not part of those people that want to remain in the poor school. It is fine. Teaching can be your passion. You just want to teach in low-end areas. You want to just suffer, and your name will be written in the sands of time. A teacher asks you to go on and sleep because tomorrow is Monday. Go and try and recover your Sunday. This thing. Talking about Sundays, I still want to apologize. This meeting was supposed to happen last week, but I had some engagement. I forgot totally, and I didn't tell the organizer, so I'm apologizing again. Please forgive me. All right. So let's go on. We're talking about how we will grow financially and in our work as teachers, both financially and professionally as teachers. Okay. They gave it a very fancy name. But the point here is, how do you outgrow it? Because there is no need to say, oh, I'm the head of school somewhere, and then your salary is 25,000. It doesn't make sense. Where somebody is the security man in another school and his salary is 100,000. So that's not a professional growth that aligns with your finance. It doesn't make sense. Sorry, let me just set my phone to do not disturb so that calls do not come in. All right, yeah. Set. I don't know if that will affect the network. Can you guys still hear me?
Please give me the
All right.
Yes, sir. I can see
Okay.
you, sir.
All right. So let me go ahead. Now, if you want to grow financially and professionally, there are simple things you can do. I'll just go through. I have like a one-page note here. But before I go ahead, don't worry, I'll stick to time. Please, I can hear some people. I would like if everybody mute your mic. I am easily distracted, so I don't want to hear noises on the background. Please forgive me. Now, let me tell you guys a story. I studied biochemistry. In short, I was a medical student in my 100 level, failed medicine. Then from medicine, I went on to become, I studied biochemistry, graduated biochemistry, went for NYSC. And then that's how I found myself in teaching. Now, during NYSC, I just needed a job to survive because a whole lot had gone wrong in my life. And my father was like, if you're not doing medicine, to hell with you. And I was like, okay, fine, let me figure out my way. I'm one of those guys that don't like the status quo. I don't like sticking to the status quo. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll figure things out. Now, trying to figure things out, I didn't even know what I was doing. I, I, I did not know how I was. Meanwhile, during my NYC, I served as a special education needs teacher in a school in Bauchi State. So, now I was in a school, NYC. I was still doing some side hustle with some other private schools. So, in my normal school, I was teaching biology for deaf and dumb children. So, I would use sign language like that. And then I would go to other schools, other private schools around, and also do private practice where I teach biology and chemistry since I study biochemistry. Now, I moved during my NYC. I now got a job in Abuja. I had not even finished serving. I got the job. So I left NYC, came to Abuja, and started the job. I think after 2 months, I went back, collected my NYC certificate, and then continued working. And then I did 1 year or so as a special education needs teacher. And I said, okay, I can't remain here. There's a place I'm going with this gist, okay? So just pay attention. I came in, and the first thing I did was to assess the people working there. There was somebody that had done 5 years. I came and met him. We're all collecting 50K. There was somebody and he had a degree in education. He had everything. There was another guy. He was now a supervisor then. He was collecting around 75. He had a degree in engineering. And then he was also a special educationist teacher. And I just did an assessment that, okay, these guys have done 5, 6 years. I am just coming. That means the next 5 years, I'm going to remain like this. And I said, no, I cannot. I always work with the end in mind. I said, no, I cannot. So what did I do? I started studying. Okay, are there schools that pay special education teacher well? Yes, yeah. What do you need to have to get to that place? I did my research. I realized that, okay, I needed some certification. I said, another thing I did down my CV. So I didn't want to now lose that to say, okay, after let me change and get building my CV on that level. There was a time I was even jobless. I lost my job, and my wife then would say, then we're dating, and she would say, oh, there's a job for a primary 5 teacher. I said, no, I am a special education needs teacher. There's a job for this. No, I am a special education needs teacher. And I stuck to that. It was hard, but eventually I got in, and I continued, and I grew from there. And then I am here now. Now, if you want to grow, it is important for me to state that I have earned as low as 10,000 naira as a teacher. I just give you the gist from when I was collecting 50K. I started somewhere as low as 10,000 naira as a teacher. It is also important to note that my parents are school owners. My father has a big school that has at least 300 students. At least. I've not been there for a very long time. At least 300 or 400 students. But I went out and I was looking for a job because that school is in Niger State. They don't pay teachers well in Niger State. The school fees there is around 15,000 or so. So obviously the teachers do not earn more than 30, 40K. If anybody earns more than 50 there. I'm not so sure. It's been long I went there. So, but then I doubt anybody earns more than 50K. Or if somebody earns more than 50K, they know plenty. Okay, that is not where I was going to say, okay, let me build my life. Oh, it's my father's property. Let me sit down. I'm not telling you to leave your own father's property. Now, I'm just trying to make a point. All the stories I'm giving will come together at some point. You would understand the gist. All right. And I knew where I was going to. I knew what I wanted to do. At some point, again, I had grown. I am always very conscious of money. So when I get into a place, I'm thinking, okay, how much am I earning here? How much will I earn tomorrow? So okay, what do I have to do to earn that money tomorrow? I always do those. I have those thoughts in my head, and I grew to the point earning about 230K in a private school in Abuja. And I thought to myself, I went to Dubai, a primary four student. And she came back, she was so happy. Hey, Mr. Innocent, I bought something for you in my head. Hey, Dubai, Dubai. And she came and gave me a gift of a biscuit. And she gave me the biscuit, and the price tag was still on top, $70. I was like, yeah, how can a student have my salary on a biscuit? And she bought it for me. She did not buy biscuit for only me. She bought for like 4 or 5 other teachers. And that's a student from her. And I asked her, where did you get the money from? Oh, my father gave us pocket money when we traveled to Dubai, and then I decided to shop and I bought biscuit for you. And I think of $70 biscuit, now chocolate and granules on top. But then I thought to myself, I want to be at that other side of life. I want to be at the side of life where my child comes back to school and buys something expensive for his teacher. And my child doesn't even see the expense in what they bought because the money is not so much of a problem. There is no harm in that. It looks like waste, but that child was the governor's child. So $70 is like chicken change for that pikin because that's the governor's child. Okay. Now, and I decided to say, okay, which teaching job? I was not 5 years into teaching then, or 4 years. And I said, which teaching job would give me that kind of money? And I looked at my boss and said, okay, this is my boss in this school where me as the boy is earning 200, about 1.5. With 1.5, can I travel abroad with my children? Can I send them to school abroad and still be comfortable? Then 5 will not take anywhere. Flight from here to Ghana, half of that money is gone already. Now, and I said, okay, what do I have to do? I have some experience. Let me look for NGO jobs. And I went online and I started researching about NGO jobs, what they do, how they do it, how can I get in. And what I did was I studied their job adverts. So when they post a job advert and say they want somebody with 2 years experience, because I know, okay, I had 5 years experience in the classroom, not in the NGO. So if they say 2 years experience in NGO, that is like an equivalent of 5 years in the classroom before they will consider me. So those entry level positions, I will look at the CV and study them and say, this role requires somebody with this, so I'll go and learn how to get that one. So that I'll put it on my CV. Oh, they need somebody with this certification, that certification, or this experience, or that experience. I did not have that. So I'll go and find a way to get that, or an equivalent of that in the classroom. That's how I built my CV. I applied to about 70 to 80 jobs at some point, and I got one, the one I'm working now. And now I have the experience in the NGO sector. All right, that's the end of my story. Okay, yeah, and part of my dreams are coming true when I'm traveling around the world. My friends are not traveling yet. I'm still traveling around Nigeria, exploring places. But then, by traveling within Nigeria, we go to different cities, we lodge hotels, enjoy ourselves, and do this stuff. So now this brings me back to you. How do you grow? Okay, how do you grow? The first thing on my list here is for you to set clear goals. There is this thing they used to call it SMART goals. I will call it clear goals. SMART, that is it something specific, measurable, and the rest like that. Just make it clear. I want to make this amount of money. How to make this amount of money? Where are you most likely to make this amount of money? My story. I started somewhere. My father still has the school. The school is growing according to him. But I don't see that as a place where I would stay. I will not grow because I don't expect my father to pay me 150K salary in that school. Even now, he will not pay me that money. So I decided to leave. It's a big school. They've invested lots of, if they've not invested money, they've invested 20 million or more. They have about 200 or 300 students. I can't remember the numbers because I've not been there for a very long time. But the point I'm making is I had a dream. I dreamt big. and I decided to go for my dreams. I wasn't going to limit for my children. Obviously, yes, it's building it for, but at the moment, he's still alive. He's not going to carry the school and give away. While I am going to build my future, he's enjoying his retirement. So I was dreaming big, and I set clear goals for my dreams. While setting clear goals, I set realistic goals. I would not see a job for director of something and go and apply. No. I knew what I wanted. Entry level. Let me enter first. Even if it's volunteer. I remember when I went for my interview in the NGO job and they were like, would you want to move to Kano? I was in Abuja. Said, would you want to move to Kano? I said, yes, I don't mind. I would move anywhere in the world because that was an opportunity I really wanted. The goal was not to work for this organization. The goal is to work in a bigger NGO that pays bigger money. But this organization gives me that entry knowledge. This organization gives me that entry skill. I know the ladder I need to climb. I know the goals I need to set for myself. For example, I am rounding up my master's in the next 1 or 2 months. That is part of the things I need to get to where I want to go to. Because I would not apply for a managerial role and then I have a degree in biochemistry in an NGO. So I go for my master's. And you see how it is. And I know how long it will take. A managerial role requires at least 5 years experience. I have just 2 now. So I wrote my master's while doing this master, because if I don't have the number of experience, at least anybody recruiting sees somebody that's done training in Harvard would say, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. You have to be smart in how you go to achieve your goals. When I was trying to upgrade myself from special education teacher that was collecting 50K to one that would collect 100K or so, I went online, I went on Coursera, and I did free training. I went on free training. On my CV, I still have those trainings on my CV. I put them on my CV. Training from University of Colorado, University of Cape Town, South Africa. It's a simple 2-hour training, understanding autism. Simple 2-hour, but then I will put it that I did it from University of Colorado, University of Cape Town, University of Virginia, West Virginia University. I did all those training. East London University, you see them training. People are doing basic training and putting Nigerian consultants. And funny enough, I would always tell people, if you want to learn, meet a Nigerian consultant to teach you. Put it, the knowledge you get, you use it and you do the job effectively. But if you want to grow, do foreign certificates. It is sad, but that's the truth. If you want to learn how to do something, meet a Nigerian to teach you. But if you want to grow, you want somebody to see that certificate and see that skill and say, wow, this person, I need this person. Do a foreign certificate. No matter how small, stupid their training is, just do it and slap it on your CV. For example, you can meet a Nigerian teacher to teach you how to do Cambridge, whatever. But then you start earning from 250 and above in any school that employs you. So if you're teaching in secondary, I would advise you to quickly find how you get your Cambridge certificate, because it immediately takes you from wherever you are to ×3 or ×4. Anywhere you go, oh, I'm a Cambridge certified teacher. They pay you big. Any job advert you see and they say Cambridge certification, the salary is at least 300K. So why not go for it? Cambridge is no more than 250K. So, but you earn 300K monthly. So go for it. Those are certifications. Me, I used to think with the end in mind. Okay. Always work with the end in mind. That brings me to my next point. Work with the end in mind. If I want to become the president of Nigeria, I just have to study the presidents of Nigeria and say, okay, what worked for them? What did they do? How did they do it? And I'm going to follow that plan. It's a simple plan. There is nothing you want to do that somebody has not done before. There is nothing you want to do that somebody has not done before. So I always work with the end in mind. Oh, I want to become the principal of this school. Okay. The principals from before, where did they take them from? They will always take people from abroad. They always need somebody with abroad certificate. I will find a way to go and do that certification and come. You get. oh, this person studied abroad, this person have abroad CV abroad. I will go abroad and do this training. I will gather money. If that's what it takes to earn 5 million naira as a teacher, I will go and do the training and come back. It might look like it's a big investment because you would have obviously spent, let's say, 1 million naira or two. My brother, save for 2 years and pay for that thing. Save for 2 years, pay for it. When you do it and come back, your level have changed. I know a guy when I was working in Premier, the head of department for special education needs used to buy meat from his hand. He was the main nama in the market. And she discussed, she was just with him. You speak good English. What did you study? I studied so you know. Do you need would you need a job? He said yes. Oh, so you leave your meat and come and say, he said yes. I'm not joking, real life story. Minama was selling meat in the market. And she was like, it's sorry, not in the market, he used to carry it on his head. So he doesn't even have a shop. You go buy pieces, go around and go from house to house, compound to compound, and buy. And then the guy came in and she gave me a job. So because she's the HOD, she just told him, and then she wrote a recommendation and said, okay, I've interviewed this guy, he's good, I want him. And then they employed him. This guy gathered money, and the first and only training he did was in South Africa. I remember when he wanted to go for the training in South Africa, the school said he's a contract staff, leave to go to South Africa. So he leave that out for 1 month to do the job. He had to resign. He left his job, gathered the money, went to the next job he got, offered him 180,000 in 2015. 20 collecting 180. He was, some of you might know him, so let's be quiet. He's still the HOD. I spoke with a friend and she was like, oh, I know this guy, I just said, oh, I worked with him so place. And then she said he's the HOD also in so British school in Abuja, and he's a big boy. He collects close to 1 million naira now. In 2015, he was collecting 180. He left his colleagues. He came home from telling me, came for 50K job, went for a training in South Africa, came back, and then the next job he got was 180. I promise you, Nigerians love abroad certificate. It is just what it is. Go for it. If that's what you want to do, that you want to grow in this, University of Colorado, this one, that one, that one. There are lots of them. But I've never left Nigeria to all those places to do any training. I do all my trainings online. Okay. Don't stop investing in yourself. Pay for services. Pay. I notice people. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? Somebody's saying they can't hear me. Please, if you can't hear me, can you all hear me? Can you hear me? I will need feedback, please. Can you guys hear me? Okay. The volume is low. Okay. Let me do this.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? Is this better? Is this better? Oh, great. That's the internet issue I spoke about. Let me switch my internet. All right. So the next thing I'm going to say here is, sorry. The next thing I'm going to say is pay for services, pay for trainings, pay for certifications, pay for access. Abdulatif is a friend. He has been to my house in Kano. He stays in Ibadan, Lagos. He came to Kano and came to my house. After he left my house, he paid me for a consultation service. It is not because he paid me 30K for consultation service. And I said, okay, because you are graduating, I'm giving you a discount, pay 20K. I can't even remember how that conversation went. But he paid. Somebody that has already been to my house, we discussed at length. There was nothing new I told him in that consultation service he paid that I'm sure he wouldn't have gotten somewhere. It's just that, okay, at that point, it was a professional meeting, so I had to arrange my thoughts, arrange my distance. But he paid. Pay for service, pay for certifications, pay for access. If you have to, if that's what will help you grow, do it. Sometimes it's your boss in the office. It's her birthday. And then everybody's saying, happy birthday, ma, happy birthday. You went out of your way. In your 100K salary, you carry 30K and bought perfume for her. Or you bought a handbag and you just came, ma, happy birthday, this is yours. You think you're going to remain normal? The next opportunity that comes, you're going to be the one they will recommend. These are little things you will not get if you just keep doing free or show free. Okay, you're waiting for when Abdulatif will do free training for you to come and understand what they want to say. Oh, Mr. Waziri used to post free on his status. The day he comes and say, okay, he wants you to pay for it, he's saying you don't pay. Yeah, don't worry, you post free now. What do you want to get for free? It is basic. There is this woman, Chioma Ifeanyi, all of you should know Chioma. I think last year, not this year, last year, January, I paid for a one-on-one class. The same thing she talks on Facebook, but the details you will get, how much did I pay? I think it's 500K or so. I can't remember. Is it 250 or 500? I'm not so sure now. The same thing she talks on Facebook, do this business. But I wrote like 10 pages of notes. I still go through them till now. Details, because you have paid money, she will give you that details. Any question? No, ma. Hey, okay, have you thought of this? I say yes. Oh yeah, let's go into this detail. We will go. I was just opening my like, You think you've gotten everything. It's not this guy that comes and crack joke and okay. Pay and then you see details. Your life will change. Even if you don't even implement, your mindset changes that Chioma showed me her back end of her process. Showed me, okay, how she onboards people, how her income. Oh, you just see her say, I make 20K, I make this. If you see the money that woman makes every day, okay, this is what she does. While we try to wake up and post 6 a.m., she has sent email by 5:30. She has posted by 6 3 times. Before 7, she used to post 3 times in a day. She would, things like that. Who works for her? What work do they do? Her staff, their job description, who does what she does. How? Pay for access, pay for certificates, pay for trainings. Don't always wait for free things. If you see the one you want and that one will help you grow, go and pay for it. Now, pick a niche. Don't be scattered. Okay? Pick a niche and establish yourself, and then expand after you are established. Okay? Oh, you want to be... Okay, let me use Mr. Abdulatif for example. We all know him as the flipped classroom expert. But when last did you see Abdulatif talk about flipped classrooms? He has expanded. All right? He has expanded. He started as this flipped classroom expert, and we all got to know him. We all got to jump on what he's doing. Beautiful stuff. But he has thought of it, okay, that's streamlined. I am now established. Let me expand. It's easy to do that. Oh, I am a special education needs teacher. Remember, I started as that, right? Special education needs teacher. I kept telling my wife, no, I want to be special education. At some point, I was like, okay, I've gotten to a point where I'm established here. I can easily expand. So always start slim and expand. Don't do this, do that, do this jack of all trades. Then later on, you are now finding yourself. Start slim and expand. Use social media to your advantage, guys. What would take a normal person 3 years to accomplish with social media? What is social? So with social media, you can achieve that in 3 months. With social media, you can achieve that in 3 months. Learn how to tell stories. If you go through my posts on social media, you notice that I tell stories a lot. Learn how to tell stories related to your business, to your niche, and to what you do. Okay? Somebody said drop link. Is it linked to my Facebook page? Waziri Innocent, just search. You'll see me wearing white shirt like this. This is my brand, white shirt. Okay? On social media, you just tell stories. Somebody was like, you did try you. How do you come up with these things? No, I don't think about it. It's my daily life. Or maybe a thought comes to mind. I quickly write it down. Oh, I saw, hey, my pikin jumped today and he was crying, and I thought of it, how somebody used to cry in school, period. Oh, you might even see a Facebook post you can relate to. Write a story about it. Sometimes I go on Instagram and I see stories and I'm like, okay, fine. Recently I posted about is this school bus? It was a post I saw. Somebody was complaining about, oh, the school bus came, the school bus carried, and then she saw that her children was sandwiched in school bus. I was like, oh, I should make a video about that. You don't have to always come up with raw thoughts and be the inventor of thoughts. No, now. If you check Aproko Doctor, recently he started doing something Gen Z something that a Gen Z somebody will come and say, oh, my vibe is low. I'm not feeling it. It's not Skibidi or nothing. It's not there. I was following that guy. I can't remember that guy's name. And then all of a sudden, the Aproko Doctor started doing the same thing, but for his Nigerian audience. Do you get the point? You don't have to be the inventor of this thing. Don't just copy and paste. Don't go and carry like that and put. Reinvent it, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel. Reinvent an already made stuff. Don't be scared of international opportunities. I noticed, so last year I was talking about how you can get teaching jobs abroad, online teaching, and all those things. People just kept getting scared. Oh, how will I do it? Oh, how? You've not even tried. So I stopped because teachers are not ready. Teachers are not ready. You go online, they see the website, register. They say do demo video. You don't want to do demo video. You feel you have Yoruba accent. You don't want. So what? Put it there. That might be something that brings somebody to you. Put it there. As far as you make the money at the end of it, go through the process. The worst case that can happen is for them to tell you, no, I told you I applied to over 60, 70 jobs. Over 70 before I got one interview, not even a rejection email, not even one rejection email. It will shock you to know that I still apply for jobs till today and I still don't get rejections. I don't mean they'll tell me come. I mean, they will not even say, oh, thank you for applying. Sorry, we don't want you. No, they will not even answer me. I still apply. Even last week, I applied for a job. I make good money, but then I still look for better opportunities. So don't feel like, okay, this thing, what if, try it first. Don't be scared. Go out. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. All right? If something is not working, don't stay there. Don't remain. I made a post recently and I said, if you're in the classroom and you cannot pay your bills, leave. Personally, I am not shy of doing business. I would go and fry akara if that would pay my bills. Okay? I would fry akara if that would pay my bills. There is no job I've not done. I've sold okrika. I've done boats. I've done bricklayer work. I used to dig sock away. There is no job I used to farm. There is no job I will not do if as far as it pays the bill and is legal, I will do it. Recently, I started researching. I saw a post on Twitter. Somebody said, "Oh, it's not good to wear fake designers." It's not. How did they even put? I was talking about, okay, it's better to wear plain T-shirt like what I'm wearing than to wear a fake Adidas or fake designers. And I was like, wow. So I went to the comment section. Over 200 boys was like, that is what they've been dreaming of. How will they see plain T-shirts to wear? And these things, the ones they used to see, they are fake, or they are not strong, or the neck will slack after a while. I was like, it's true. Even me, my shirts, they slack quickly. So I contacted somebody. I have a friend in China. I quickly reached out to him. Please, how do I get quality plain T-shirts that will not cost up to 8,000 naira plus shipping to Nigeria, so that I can sell for 15,000 naira and make gain? I'm thinking. So I'm a teacher, but I'm thinking I will sell T-shirts. Don't be scared to try new things. Okay? When you go online, you see somebody say, this thing, and then you see everybody looking for it. That is it. Go and do it. Me, I will go and fry akara. If there's this woman that fries akara, and I met her, akara buns in the market in Kano here, and I met her one day. I said, this is the way they do. When you start them, so I just intentionally got talking with her, and she was like, she came for NYC in Kano. After it, her friends were getting bank jobs, but she could not get, so she decided to start frying. And then people started coming. So while doing that, she now decided to open POS business. She has like 4 POS on her table. She fried. You will see line. So when she puts it, people are waiting. As she's dropping it, somebody's serving them. she's collecting the money, they are putting new sets, like the queue endless. She said there is no day she doesn't live there with at least 10,000 naira. This was last year or when I came to Kano, immediately after the election. No day, 10,000 naira that she will not go to any bank and work. Now her colleagues in the bank, her friends in the bank that they came to serve together, now they give them transport. Then Tinubu just came in, they just started increasing fuel price. That there's no day she doesn't make 10,000 naira or more. That the least she goes home with is 10,000 naira. You think me, I'll go and do teaching work and wear tie every day, pull my neck, and go and wake up 5 o'clock and go and join line to be smiling for Jason and Junior that I don't even like, and their mother will come and tell me rubbish, and for 30K salary, when I can fry akara or fry buns, I'll go and fry buns. I'll go and fry buns. So don't be scared. Don't remain in teaching. Yes, we're all teachers. We're trying to grow, but what is paying your bills? Go and fry akara if you have to fry akara. Okay? Now, go with the trend. Go with the trend. Some of the trends are online teaching. I'm rounding up. Some of the trends include online teaching. People are doing lots of online teaching. I'm even creating a course for online teaching now. I started today. Hopefully by next month or so, I would launch it. People are going into online teaching. People are going into move to bigger schools. You cannot be in Akure and be expecting to earn like teachers in Lagos. It doesn't make sense. You cannot be in Lokoja and be admiring teachers that are in Abuja. It doesn't make sense. You will not prosper. In Lokoja, teachers earn 15,000, 20,000. I told you about my own father. I left his school in Niger State. It's my papa, I was there when they started the school. I was there when the first students came. But at the point when I said, oh, I like money. Me, I like money. So I will not be in Niger State and be expecting to make salary like teachers or expecting to grow like teachers in Abuja. So if you have to leave your place, your city, if you have to leave. The way people jackpot to UK, Canada, that can be your first step. The way people you can say, okay, I want to jackpot to Canada. Remember, I say clear goals, but I need 4 million naira to jackpot to Canada. Your whole salary for the year in Akure is not up to 1 million naira. 2 million. Now, as that money is growing to 2 million, I can now do trainings that will help me grow from 2 million to 4 million. You see, clear goals, you have to be true to yourself. Okay, grow from 2 million to 4 million. When I grow to 4 million, I can now be gathering. You cannot save all your 4 million. So what do? Maybe I will now buy one land while I'm waiting. As I buy one land with maybe 2 million from my 4 million, I will now sell the land when I'm ready for like 5 million and then jackpot to UK or Canada. You see, clear and realistic goals. You have to be true to yourself. That's how you do it. Another thing that is trending these days is AI videos for YouTube. I notice people are doing AI videos. The AI, whatever, they are expensive, but remember, pay for things. Okay? Find an AI video generation, blah, blah, blah. Learn how to do those things. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube. There are lots of tutorials on TikTok, on Instagram. Go and learn those things. Put in the work. I learned recently that you can generate a song with AI, then generate the videos for the song with AI, and then you post on YouTube. Over time, you start making $200, $300, $50 in your house. Then you want to tell me that with that one now, I will now say, okay, no, let me start going to teach online, or let me go somewhere and go and work for one school that will pay me 300K. No, I'll sit there in my house and be generating AI videos. Yes, I'll sit there in my house and generate AI videos. There are lots of things people want that are not there. You get? Do it. Be the one to cover that gap. Create a service that people need and you will prosper. All right? That is all from my end. Any questions at this point? Do we have questions in the comment section? Can you guys hear me? Questions, comment section. Moderators, please, can you help us, please?
Yes,
Guys,
I can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Me, I cannot hear
I'm trying
anybody.
to check the present question here. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. There's no
great.
question in the comment section yet.
All right.
So still
So
checking.
I'll just be on standby in case anyone comes by.
All right, sir.
Questions. If you have questions, please drop it in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your question. Questions, you can unmute yourself and also ask the question. All right, you can unmute yourself and ask questions. Just go ahead. You don't need permission to do that.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for this session. It's really very eye-opening. Thank you so much. It's valuable as it always is. Thank you so much, sir. So I have a question. It's more like it's a question to say concern, and I would really love to like hear your opinion on this. So let me start from this. Uh, I'm actually making this public. Normally, this is something that I'm supposed to like come and like talking out, like talk about in house, but I see that a trend, and personally, I believe some things regard it, and I just feel like okay, let me throw it out, and it's going to benefit a lot of teachers there. So business wise, there's always this idea of yeah, look for what is raining, look for what people need, and do like go to where the money is. Like let me use that word, go to where the money is. You're teaching a particular school, the money is not there, the money cannot cater for you. Find a school that can cater for you. So now my own concern, my biggest concern is that yeah, personally, I want to be rich. I love to be rich myself. And I wish nothing less than, I wish nothing, like, I wish that every teacher I know and every teacher out there also are going to have a prosperous teaching career. But then my concern is, how do we get the balance? So naturally, we can't say, okay, so teachers are being paid highly in some schools, not even all schools, in Lagos, in Abuja. So there are schools who pay 300, 500, like that. But then there are not really many like that. So, and then there are schools like who are in all these other areas that might not be able to afford to pay such. So, for let's say for a teacher like me that is coming up, I'm so much passionate about teaching, and let's say I'm teaching some students. I don't want to. I know how much this student needs me, even though this payment that I'm getting paid there may not really cater for what I'm working on, like cater for me personally. But on the other side, I'm looking at okay, if I leave these people, if I go out there, or if all teachers like start like migrate from rural areas, from all these low cost school and try to find greener pasture. Everybody go for online. Yes, that is not going to actually disturb the balance. It's not going to disturb the balance of okay, who is going to teach in school? There will always be teachers that are going to teach in school. But let's say for someone like me, who is very stubborn, who felt like okay, I want to do this. I want to teach in the classroom. I want to be in the classroom. I want to teach. I want to like have that one-on-one touch with my student. I want to give them all I got. I want to like be there for them. I want to teach there's a particular time when you hear people say, especially for some subject or for some environment, they will say, I can't do like what's it called? I can't do full time teacher. I have to do part time. Go from one school to one school. That's going to pay better. And then some will say, no, I don't want to do part time. I want to do full time. I want to be there for my students. So my concern and as well as the question is, how do we balance it? So for someone like me who decided I want to stay in the classroom. I want to work with my students. I don't want to like go to those maybe leave the particular area where I am. Is there anything for them? Are there anything they can do that they can use to boost their income while staying in the classroom? They don't want to like there are people right, there are teachers right now who have left the classroom totally. I mean the forward of the classroom, and then the only thing they do now is online teaching. So what we have some teachers who are in the classroom, they want to stay in the classroom, but then as we know, the money they are taking is not what is it called? Is not like paying the bills as we would like to say. Are there anything they can do? Maybe combine it together, but they want to get paid as high as possible. Why not leaving the classroom? Is there any remedy they want to do? And then the other thing I want to mention earlier, which is like my own opinion, is like, so when it comes to business, basically, or anything making money, you hear, especially coaches and trainers, they will tell you, look for what people need and go for it. Look for what they need, look for their pain points, like what they are willing to pay for immediately and go for it.
Gigi,
Then
come and take.
I was like, so some days ago, I was thinking about this and I realized that like there's actually some problems that people don't even know they have. And then someone will come up with some product that we have never seen before, we have never used before, some stuff that we have never done before, and then they will come out and put it out there, and then it will become a hit, and people will start getting it. Even though a year or 2 years ago, nobody. Let me use the idea of Zoom for example. Nobody knows. Yes, they've been using Zoom. I remember it was later, or maybe 2021. I remember that there was a particular training I attended in 2019, I think September, that I was asked to use Zoom. I don't even know how this thing works then. But then in 2020, COVID-19 came and Zoom became a paid. And right now, if you are even if you're a teacher, and you call yourself a professional or wherever in any field, and they ask you, do you know how to use it, you say you don't know how to use it, feel like, are you still in the are you in the 1990s? Are you in the 19th or 20th century? So the idea is that what's the place of doing things that a lot of people may not really like have interest in, but probably you see that yeah, this thing is going to probably be the future in the next 2 to 3 years. This thing is going to be the thing, and then you camp around it and start investing in it. So what will you say to that, sir? Or should we just like focus on what is going to give us the immediate like gain, immediate profit? I know I say a lot of things. I don't really get the two things I'm trying to address, sir.
Okay. So the first one is you want to make impact, but there are still bills to pay. How do you balance it, right?
Yes,
That's
yes, sir.
uh-huh. First thing first, you have to pick one. At the moment, you don't have the finance to make so much impact, because how many kids can you help? Being in the classroom, let's say you want to remain in one classroom in, let's say, in Akure. I don't know why I keep calling Akure. That's what keeps coming to mind. Now, let's say one village in Akure, one local government, you want to remain there. How many children are you impacting? But if you now move, let's say you leave Akure, you go to Lagos and you increase your salary from 15,000 to 200,000, and you choose to say, okay, I will dedicate 50,000 naira to employ and 5 teachers, 10,000, because in Akure things are cheap in that local government, as lesson teachers to all these children. Do you think you make more impact than when only you is doing it? So if you're really, if you're really about impact, make money. Another way you can go about it is to find a side hustle. Either way, money is still very important in this maths. Money is a constant. Okay? So you have to find a side hustle that enables you to still do your passion. For example, before I ever got the grant to build a playground, I had built 2 playgrounds for free. Before I came up to even start telling people that, oh, there's a grant you can get, I had built 2 playgrounds already from my salary. So I just chose and told myself that, okay, next month I'm going to take $300 and I'm going to build a playground. I didn't even go there. I've never been to any of the playgrounds. I sent it to somebody. He went to the principal and said, I want to build a playground in your school. And the guy was like, okay, fine, but you need permission from this. I called somebody and he called somebody that called somebody and they called the education secretary in the local government. And he said, please go ahead and build. While building the first one, news went out to the school, other schools, and then they came and met him and said, please, when you finish, come and do our own. So in my head, I just want to build one playground. I want to give back to the society. And then he told me that they are disturbing. I said, okay, go and build the second one. While doing that, I said, this is not sustainable. I can't keep removing $300 to do this thing. So what am I going to do? I'll look for people to fund it. That's how I got to know about the organization that built the third one. Even though they stopped giving grants, recently I noticed they've stopped. But at least I was able to get $1,000, and I used that to build a better playground. Okay, so you see, you need money somehow. You have to get a side hustle somehow. Do you know how many people have said they want to start an NGO? But I promise you, nobody will give you NGO grants if they've not seen results from at least your pilot. So you have to pilot a program and say, okay, we want to do lesson for children, and after 3 months we'll assess them to see. Then you can now go back and ask for grants and say, I applied for, I taught 350 students and they all passed WAEC, so I'm looking for more money to teach 1,000 students. That's the only place they're going to give you money. But you want to go with your idea, nobody will buy your idea. So always start something which you need money. So I always say, go ahead and make the money, then pay other people to do it. Or by that time, when you're making enough money, you can now say, okay, this money can be coming by itself while I go back and now do my passion. Okay. Then the second question was doing finding a place that there is a need and filling it. It still goes back to money. Those kind of things, you have to push it on the face of people to say they need it. For example, we already had Jumia working for us. People that needed things outside Jumia would go to AliExpress. All of a sudden, Temu came. Nobody saw the need for Temu. Temu is still useless. The only way Temu was making money is Temu decided to now pump money into marketing. So when you're coming up with a new idea, you have to market it and tell people they need this thing. Temu now said, oh, you people need me. Every 12 seconds, you see Temu advert. Every 12 seconds, you see Temu advert. That was money just making us feel like we needed Temu. I remember I saw Temu advert one day. I said, okay, let me even see what you people have. Before I know, I had bought 70K worth of goods. I bought knife sharpener. Why will I buy knife sharpener? For heaven's sake. I bought knife sharpener from Temu. Why will I buy knife sharpener? Something that I can go to market and sharpen 100 naira. I'm going to buy Temu knife sharpener. You get? Because Temu, they were on my face. Another example is Microsoft Word. It's Microsoft, not Microsoft Word. Microsoft. When they wanted to start creating portable computers, the only people that were using computers were research centers, NASA, and then universities. And Bill Gates was like, okay, people needed personal computers, portable personal computers, and nobody wanted to invest in him because they felt, no, individuals do not need it, it's only organizations. But he kept on doing what he was doing. He had the money. He could drop out of school. They always say, oh, Bill Gates drop out of school. He's not dropping out of school based on poverty. He could drop out of school because he could afford a life without that school. Until his idea started selling. Do you get the point? So you can follow something else and say, okay, people don't see this need, but how do you put it in the face of people? That is the most important part. When you come up with that idea, you have to put it on their face and say, bam, this thing, you must take it. Musicians do it too. They'll sing a song that doesn't make sense, but all of a sudden, every radio station is playing it. On Twitter, if every influencer is talking about how the song is good, everybody. When Rema released his last album, I don't listen to those music, but every influencer on Twitter was talking about it. Every radio station was playing it. That is marketing. The album was rubbish. But then they marketed. We listened to it until we decided to say, okay, it's good. Thank you very much. And everybody went to download the album. Okay. works. Now, let me find out.
Right,
I
thank you
saw
so
some
much,
other
Tare.
question.
Yes, there's a question
Okay.
from Amma.
Someone says,
Go on, please.
okay, I want to start online tutoring, but the price I've been getting is discouraging. What should be the benchmark for an hour class? So the person is saying he wants, okay, yes, the person wants to start an online tutoring, but the price is discouraging. So what should be the benchmark for an hour class?
7,000 naira is the least you should collect. Do you know how much is data now? 7,000 per hour should be the least you collect. I would say 10,000, but maybe you. Another way you can go about it is, why not do Facebook ad and target people abroad? So the thing is, we all want to learn a skill, but we don't want to know. Nobody's teaching us how to market it. If I would want to start an online tutoring business, I would go on Instagram, Facebook, and all those platforms where abroad mothers are. There are lots of those diaspora group online. That's where I'll go and market. I'll meet the admin and say, I want to market here. Okay? I want to market my service. I do this, I do that. Please post on your group. Now, you don't expect abroad people to be charging you 30,000. I would collect at least 100K. And I'm not even going to charge them in dollars. I'm just going to say 100,000 naira. If you beg too much, 70,000 naira. 2 children, 180. One picking 100,000, 2 children, 180. And they are going to do it. They are going to rush you. So imagine a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group of 7,000 people, and they post your message, they post your online tutor business over and over again. At least you get 2 people. At least. You see? So that's where you should target. Or if you want to run Facebook ads, you cannot be doing it and posting it on your Facebook status or your WhatsApp status. The people on your WhatsApp status are people in your area. They're as broke as you are. Me, if I want to sell things, I will not sell to my, unless I'm selling kunu or zobo or basic needs, then I'll sell to my people around. But if you're selling high-end things, like that t-shirt I say I want to sell, I'm not going to put, nobody will ever see it on WhatsApp. Those of you that have my number, you would hardly see me, even my training, I hardly talk about it on WhatsApp. I post it on Facebook because the people on my WhatsApp status as broke as me, they live in my area, they live in Kano with me. So I'm not going to post about, oh, I'm doing training, I'm doing one-on-one for 30K, I'm doing this. No, I don't do that at all. Because the people on my WhatsApp status, they are my mother, my brother, my sister, my church member. No, those are not my customers. My customers are in Lagos, my customers are in Abuja, my customers are abroad. So that's why I go on Facebook and I talk. When I do my advert, I target them in those cities. I'm not going to target anybody in Taraba State. Nah, you ain't going to see my advert in Taraba. You see? That's how you do it. So you have to be strategic in your marketing. So while coming up with a product, consider marketing in what you do. Next question, please. I know we are not broke in Kano, but then they are still not my target audience. Kano people have money, but they are not my target audience.
Okay. All right, that's the question we have there. All right.
So somebody
Okay,
asked
There's another question
about
here.
transferable skills from classroom to NGO. Yes, everything you do is transferable. You cannot see the thing with NGOs, especially for education side, from classroom to NGO. It's obviously for education NGO. I will not start going to work with a health sector NGO. Okay, so the end products of whatever they are doing in NGOs are kids in the education sector of the NGO. End product of all they are doing, children. So as a teacher, you have all the skills. You just have to find a way to say, okay, how does it relate to what they want? How does it relate to what they want? Okay, they say project management. Don't you do projects in school? It's not those normal projects, so but maybe okay, people are organizing end of year something. That's a project. So you're not going to say, oh, I organize a project called end of year party. Just put it there, project management. You people organize lots of events. Schools, private schools especially, they do lots of things. Independence Day, end of year party. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. That's what they call project management. That's all. Curriculum development. You would think, okay, you just do normal this thing. If you have a special needs student in your class and you've ever done IEP, and IEP is what every teacher does on a normal day. Okay, this child will not understand this. Let me break it down to this. That you're already developing a curriculum, because a curriculum is just how do you teach subjects or how do you pass particular topics across to students. That's all. You can do lesson plan, you can do lesson notes. You are a curriculum development specialist. Put it like that. Just put it. The truth is, on the job, you just realize that these things are basic things that common sense will help you do. All you have to do is maybe see a document they've done before. All you have to do, I promise you, is to see something that somebody has done before. Nobody's that dumb. If you see what somebody has done before, you can easily recreate it, especially when it's not too technical, like an app, or you're trying to give somebody drugs or something. No, it's something, it's just paper, you write it. If I bring a policy document, if you see it, you should be able to create another policy document. You should follow the templates. And most times they have templates. They tell you what they want, what they don't want. So those are transferable skills. Everything you do in class, you can do it. Child safety, there's no teacher that wants his child to be harmed. You put it. Like, those are transferable skills, okay? Somebody said things needed to be an online teacher. You just need a
All
laptop
right,
and
thank
you
you,
need light
sir.
and
So
data.
there's
Sorry.
another question here. The person is asking, what are the tools needed for online tutoring?
Yeah, I just saw
Yes.
that question now. You just need your phone, you need your laptop, you need lights, because you will not be teaching somebody and then they are not seeing your face. Let's see lights. Just the way I did this training now, you're seeing my face, Abi. You need internet. That's all. You need Zoom. So when you have those hardware, the softwares you need, Zoom or Google Classroom. Zoom or Google Classroom, Jamboard. There are some small whiteboard softwares like that, depending on the subject you want to teach. You can there's Google Classroom, there's Zoom, there is Google Meet, and some other small software. Most of them are free. Sometimes they might ask you to pay for premium or something, but then you can start with the free ones and grow from there. Did you get that?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I'm sure the person got that. I got that.
Hello, good evening.
To speak.
Okay, so someone is asking, can I start online teaching without a laptop?
Yes, you can start without a laptop, but it's not sustainable. So if you're teaching maths, for example, how do you teach without a laptop? Because there are areas where you have to type and say, okay, 2 plus 2 divided by 2. You would have to share your slide. It's a little bit complicated. You have to be really skillful to be able to navigate that. You can actually start with a laptop, especially when you're teaching like English, reading, where you just project your slide. The child reads and you now say, okay, question and answer. I've done this. What's your answer? What's your question? Those kind of things. You can do it. But like maths, there are some things you have to write, you have to explain. There are lots of preparation that goes behind the scenes. Like even your PowerPoint. Are you going to be doing PowerPoint with your phone? That is still doable. You can do PowerPoint with your phone, but the stress, the issues, the back and forth, it's a little bit complicated. But yeah, phone works. You can do it with your phone. It is not, and nothing is impossible. Start, but then you have to just be determined to do the work, the hard work that comes with working with your phone.
Thank you, sir. And to add to what you have said, we have a training that we are launching presently now, the Teach to Earn with Tech Academy. So you can also register for the training for you to get all the things needed to equip you with online training.
All right, thank you for that,
Yes,
ma'am.
my
Thank you. So do we have any other question, please? Go ahead with your question. We are here with the Millionaire Teacher. We are glad to have him here. Please ask your question in just few minutes.
hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Grace. I'm calling from Kano or speaking from Kano.
We are glad to have you here, Madam Grace.
So I go for that. Okay, thank you. Share the fact that the Latif organized this section, and I also thank our guest speaker, Mr. Waziri, for coming through in this section. So I just have this question that has been bothering me for a very long time now. So I've been teaching in the classroom for close to 10 years now, and I'm looking at how to transition from the classroom into empowering girls. And also I have these skills of baking and also graphic designing and video editing. And from what Mr. Waziri talked about, he said we can't be everywhere. We are supposed to niche down, pick a particular thing we should be known for. So like I was saying, if I'm to niche down, what am I going to niche down on? Because I have this passion for empowering girls, and I also want to be known as a graphic designer and video editor. So how do I niche down to a particular one that will sustain me? Because these are the two skills, or these are the two areas that I want to consider. So how do I actually niche down to a particular one that will make my brand to be known? Thank you.
Okay. So please don't go far. Is it going to be like an NGO that help girls with those skills, or is something you want to be for
Yes,
people to pay
yes, it's
to
going to be
learn the
like an
skill?
video, like an initiative.
Okay. So what you can do is find organizations that do this. I always say there is nothing new under the sun. Okay, you are not supposed to be, you are not a pioneer of this knowledge. There are people that are already doing it, so learn from them. So find organizations that are empowering girls. It doesn't have to be specifically for graphic and video editing. It can
Yes.
be for maybe tech or something. How are they doing it? Where are they getting their funding? How did they do it? What are they doing? Sometimes you would have to merge one or two. There's this organization I can't remember, and they were doing sexual and reproductive health, but they did it as a motivation, a be something growth minded. There's a way they did it, something like a motivation, something I can't remember the name now, like a leadership and discipline career, something. But they now fuse the sexual and reproductive health into it. So you can say I'm helping children, the girl child to grow in this, and that, and I'm fusing this. The aim is so that you teach your graphic and video editing. But because the funding comes from sexual and reproductive health, you're going to go down that road and infuse it and say, okay, I'm using this to capture their attention. Then while I'm doing this, I'm teaching this. That's what that organization did. Okay. Now, so when you find out that okay, people are doing this in affiliation to this, you can now say, okay, how do I use what they've done? Because it's working. Okay. How do I use what they've done? How can I bring it together? There's this organization, D Prize, letter D, then Prize. I don't know. Go and just Google it and check. There is this they call it challenge on the website. Letter D dash then Prize. There is this
Okay.
sugar daddy challenge, if I'm not mistaken. You see different challenge, agriculture, education. They give grants up to $20,000 grants. I've even applied before. So what I would advise you to do now, go on that website and see like something like that sugar daddy challenge. It's about teaching girls about sexual blah blah blah. Don't follow old men. Don't sleep with them. All those things. Don't go and get all those sexual and reproductive health for teenage girls. That's what they do. But on that website, you see past winners. How did they do it? Did they just carry that concept like that? Did they tweak it? How did they do it? What style did they use? Then you can now find a way to say, okay, if, for example, you want to apply for the prize, you're applying for this, but this is what you are going to use to apply for it. You get? So it's just so that you find templates, something is working. You would see other organizations that are working. The prize also posts research on other things that people do around what they do and how they help. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, it answers it. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you for that, sir. We really appreciate it. Okay, any other question? Just few minutes to go.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Waziri, for all you do for the teachers. Thank you for helping us to gain our grounds. Uncle Waziri, please, I'm at a crossroad here. There's this place that I work currently, like I've been working there for like 4 years plus. And by the grace of God, I'm well known in that school. Like even I teach grade 1, and you see parents, every new section, you see parents trooping in. I want this teacher to teach my child. But my problem there is that they are not paying us well. They are not paying us well. And it's close to, like that, my workplace is close to my house. I don't really know what to do. Like at times I feel like leaving that place, but I'm just unsure of what the other places hold for me. Like at times, if I look at my parents, I don't even know where to start from. I feel confused, and my children are also in that school too. The owner of the school likes me so much, in as much as she's not adding much to my salary, but she had to give my last child, she had to give my last child scholarship. That is, she won't pay tuition fee, but she will pay for every other thing. Even at times, I help to run advert for the school. Uncle Waziri, what do I do? Like, I don't know. I don't even have this boldness to leave the school. At times, I'll think about, because we are not mobile, I'll think about the distance of other schools from my house. Maybe when it rains, how I'll manage to take my children home and everything. I don't even know. Uncle Waziri, I don't know. I just need motivation.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. I'll give you answers from both ends. Your salary in that school, assuming it's 20,000 naira, is not 20,000 naira. Add your pikin school fees. That school fees that you are not paying, add it to your salary. Any other free thing you are getting in that school, that's part of your salary.
Okay.
So don't look at your salary from the point of, oh, I'm monthly, I collect this amount. If your child's school fees is 20,000 and for 3 term, for 1 term, right? And 1 term is 3 weeks, 3 months, divide 20,000 by 3, add it to your monthly salary. That is a plus. If you have 4 children and then they are all getting this thing, add all of them like that and say, okay, you will now see the real amount you are earning, because when you go to another school, you're going to start paying school fees from your salary.
Okay.
So that's another way to look at add your transport. The transport you are not paying. Assume you are paying, let's say 5K or 10K monthly, and then you are not paying that because it's close to your house. That is something extra. Because when you get a job that pays you higher, that is far from your house, you're going to spend that transport.
Okay.
That is one way to look at it and encourage yourself and say, oh, okay, I'm not really earning bad here. That's one way. Another way to look at it is this. If you do not go to another place, you will not know if the other place is good or bad.
Okay.
If you don't move, if you don't leave and go to a better place or a higher paying place, you would not know how good or how bad. Yeah, so while you are saying, oh, I don't want to leave, and then the good things I'm enjoying now ends up badly somewhere else, you would never know if you never leave. So sometimes take that risk. I understand the part where you're a family person. So what you have, the assurance, the small assurance you have is better than the promise that has not come, that is big outside. That especially men don't like taking that risk, especially when they're married. But if it's a single man, just leave and go. But when you have responsibilities, you have house rent, you have food, you have children coming to ask mommy, all those things, they are going to you have to do those maths. But the truth is you would never get a good place if you don't leave the one you are there. You would never get a bad place too if you don't leave the one that you are managing. So you have to just take that risk and say, I'm going, whatever it will be, whatever
I've been
turns
having
out.
I've been having some recommendations, like from even some of our head teachers. When they leave the school, you see them calling me to come and head a school.
What you're going to do is go for that, and then when you're going, negotiate and say, okay, I am coming from this place, my salary is this, and I get this. If I am coming here, would you give me this and this? That's how you negotiate. Remember now, I've told you that you're going to see that your salary is not just your salary is plus your children's school fees. So when you're going to the next place, you're going to negotiate with school fees. If they're not giving you school fees, they should give you a higher money that covers school fees. That's how you negotiate. But don't stay and say, I will not go. Go and at least go for the interview first.
I don't even
If I'm
go.
negotiating salary, I used to say, okay, where I'm coming from, they pay me 100,000 with health insurance, housing allowance of this and that, so that you not just see 100,000 and then give me 120. I get health insurance, I get housing allowance. Sometimes I'll say after deduction, I go home with 120, so that you will not come and say, okay, let me give you 150, and then you not deduct 30,000 for pension, healthcare, tax, one, and you still give me 120, and I've left my job. That's not progress. So that's how you calculate and say, okay, me, I used to calculate that I have health insurance, I have this, I have that. I collect 13th month salary. They give me that where in the last school I worked before I got this NGO job. 13th month, so December you receive 2 salary. They give you, if your salary is 100K, you receive 200K in December. That's 13th month salary. So when I'm going to negotiate, I'll tell you that my salary is 100K, but I get health insurance free. I get 13th month salary. And they pay my pension, they pay my this, they pay my that. You, what are you now going to give me? If I have children and my children are coming free to the school, I'll add that and say, and my child also comes for free. So when you are also telling me what you want to offer, you offer me my children, at least first of all, cover my children. You now tell me, okay, we don't give tax, so we don't remove tax. People use that as negotiation. We don't allow our teachers pay tax. So your 150 is going to be your 150. You're now going to be happy. Health insurance, you go and sort yourself out, or this. They will tell you what they have to offer. You now weigh that. So go for interviews, go for it. Then tell them your offer. Tell them your proposition, and then they will tell you their offer, and then you know how you navigate that. Okay. And then you will not grow if you don't move. I promise you. You will not grow if you don't move. There was a time, I don't even put schools I don't even talk about them. There was a time that every term I'm in a new school. But what used to happen is I grew faster. When I say 10,000, I started 10,000. The next time I got 30,000. From next time I'm getting 50,000. Next time I'm getting 80,000. But people I left that were doing 10,000, they were still there doing 10,000. In 3 times I've grown from 10,000 to 80,000. Because I'm moving from school to school. As I'm here, you distress me. I don't already send my CV. So as you are moving, your salary is increasing. And then you already have children, so you tell them, my children are also coming too. What are you giving me? You'll be shocked that the next person will tell you, all your 3 children free. Just buy textbook and uniform. And meanwhile, you think this one is giving one person free or 20% discount is helping you. The next person will tell you, bring all of them for free. There are lots of things. Go and negotiate. You have a superpower. It's called teaching.
Okay. This is the push that I need. In as much as I try to augment extra lesson, as in I try to augment lesson, after school lesson, to add up. She gives my 2 children half tuition, then from that my last child, tuition free.
Go for the interview and hear what they want to offer you. Go and hear it. For curiosity's sake, just go and hear it, and you'll be shocked. Your life will not remain the same, I promise you. You would think they're doing you good, though. Go to the other school and tell the person they are giving you all your children come for free. You only buy book, and the other person will give you now. Especially when they value and they're telling you they want to give you head of school. Head of school should come and all the children should be free. That's how one man left. We were in Centagon. Centagon pays the man like 400K. He was the assistant head of school. He got another school and we're thinking, okay, who was to offer you more than that? That was long time ago. They gave the man 1 million naira for house rent. Long time ago. This thing I'm telling you is like 6 years ago. 1 million naira because he was already staying in a big school in a big house in Guarimpa. So when he went, he was like, oh, I work in Centagon, they pay me 400K, but I have a house in Guarimpa. They were like, okay, come now. They gave him 1 million. I'm not joking, 1 million naira, like 6 years ago or so. 1 million. I was the one that helped him go and find house. 1 million naira plus ever small things. You think it's joke? You will not know if you sit there in one place and you before me Alpha Omega where you are. Go, just go at least here. Go and hear what they want to offer you. And tell them, okay, this is what I get. Me, if I earn 30,000, I used to go and tell them I earn 45,000. So that anywhere you price and come down, it will not come down to 30. I earn 45,000, no. And then these are the things. So you go and say, okay, if you're earning 20,000, go and tell them you earn 40,000 now. And then all your 3 children come for free. Just keep quiet and hear what they offer you. They tell you, okay, can you manage 50,000? We'll still give all your children free. Will school bus will still carry them safe. Or you will be shocked. See, worst case scenario, you come back and tell your madam that, hey, I want to resign because I got this offer. She will increase your salary and keep you there. That's the worst that can happen. You come back and say, ma, sorry, I want to resign. This is what they offered me. I'm so sorry. I know you've tried for me, but I just really, this is things I had. She will increase your money, give you better offer in that same place, and you remain. But if you don't have anything to meet her, it will be like she's helping your life.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate this advice.
You're welcome.
The second one is a very good advice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, especially if you're earning less than 100,000, I don't know. I don't want to say 200. 200 looks too big. If you're earning 100,000, 120, please jump from as many schools as possible. Don't care. Drop your. If money is your goal, you are not like Mr. Latif that likes impacting people in local school. If you are thinking how you pay your bills, jump to as many schools as possible. Don't be ashamed. Don't put it in on your CV. Me, I don't used to put it on my CV. I'll just keep extending the one that is the best. Just say, okay, I worked in this school 2 years. It's 1 year, but the remaining 1 year I was window shopping. Just they go from school to school. I don't know if I've given this gist before. It's here I gave it now, but I don't know if it's the same audience. What I did was I went on Google and I said schools in Abuja. I got all their email address. Schools, I now streamline it. Schools in Wusetu, schools in Gariki, schools in Metama, schools in Asokoro. I will wake up in the morning. I did that every month. One by one, copy paste, send them CV, copy paste. I had a message, dear sir, please find attach my CV. I did that like this consistently for months. So while I'm in this school, there are some schools that have not even considered me. I'm already in a school, another school is considering me. I'll say, oh, I got a job, but I can come for I'll even tell you, I'll just go for an interview. I say, oh, but I got a job and they're paying me 100,000. Say, hey, we'll give you 120 if you come. I don't move. Now, so I send CV, if I never send CV for schools, at least 500 schools get my CV for this Abuja. You are joking. Don't do anything for parents. So the child will stay in your class at most 1 year and go. And that parents will only see you in the street and greet you. Don't be doing things for parents. At most 1 year. Child don't leave your class, go. Don't do things for parents. I've done that before. I'm telling you from experience. It even pay me as I talk now. Don't do things for parents. At most 1 year, a child will stay in your class and go. That's what I used to tell myself. So even if a child is stressing me, there's those troublesome children that their parents are stressful. In my head, I'll just say 1 year you will go to the next teacher. The same thing. Teachers, parents come and go, children come and go. Don't be saying because of these parents, they are nice to me, because they buy homo for you. They're not serious. You think they will pay your student school fees? Hey, parents are not your friend. Thank you very much, Oga Harris. God forbid, somebody falls sick now. Go to the hospital now. Small malaria, 40,000, don't go. Small malaria, go to a private hospital. Where they give you one drip, 40,000 don't go. You think our parents could come pay that one for you? Eh? You are not serious. I remember I was in Centagon. I lost my child. When the pikin died, I get 2 million naira bill. Bill of 2 million naira. God rest her soul, that beautiful baby. Bill of 2 million naira, and my salary was like 180 that time, be 150. The whole salary for the year, I spent the whole year plus extra year paying debts. I can't say I do it for the teacher, for the parents. At that point, my eye opened. I was just thinking, God, what will I do? What will I do? How will I pay? Almost 2 million naira bill. And then my salary for the whole year is not up to 1.5. So how do I feed? How do I pay rent? The child died. The next week I paid my house rent of 450,000. This is 100K. I paid rent. And then I started paying basic hospital bill. Guys, see, let's just not pray for bad thing, because if life hits you, you just realize that, oh, what am I doing? Those are some of the things that changed my life, that I started thinking that, you see these parents that will now go and be begging them one by, will I have to now beg to pay bills? I'm not praying for bad thing, but life happens to some people. I used to tell my wife that nothing is assured in this life. Oh. You can just go out, motor jam, you are now a crippled person. What do you have that will take care of you? The school will not even employ you. They'll tell you it's a no vex. So after 2 weeks, as my child died, the school was already telling me, hey, Mr. Innocent, stay at home, oh, take your time, mourn your baby. But I will be in the house, they'll call me, Mr. Innocent, where's that file? Mr. Innocent, where did you keep that? I just carry my bag, come back office, because they call me 17 times in a day. And they'll say, don't worry, don't worry. Guys, I beg you. For your children, Nigeria is really not helping us. We don't have the luxury to say, okay, we can follow passion and then do this. You still have to use money to follow passion in this part of the world. It's abroad that somebody will just say, okay, I'm going to Hawaii to go and teach children in Hawaii. Okay, all right, go help us.
Thank you so much for this, Mr. Waziri. Seriously, it's funny, but it is the truth, honestly. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Waziri. Thank you very much for this wonderful
Good evening,
teaching.
ma'am.
Please, I have a question. My question is, what are the viable business or investments that I can invest into as an educator? Thank you.
When you say investment, how much do you have to invest? Is it up to 30 million? Let me not start telling investments now. The 30 million investment, and then you have 400,000.
It's not up to 1 million, oh.
So, if you want to do business, business is hard in this country, because the truth is, even me, I'm even thinking, what business will I do? Truth is, today dollar is 2 naira. Next tomorrow dollar is 20 naira. Is it my screen that is loading? Okay, somebody sharing whiteboard. Okay. Business is hard, but I would advise you to do business that you get your people need. That whether things are going up or down, like food, you want to sell, let's say fast food. People eat food, oh. Find one garage where Agbero people gather. I don't know where you are now. Let's say you're in Abuja, find one small garage, you supply them beans and yam every morning. Basic things are the things that bring money. I just gave example, the woman that fried puff puff. That woman does supply you. She does supply too. So as she's frying for people that come to buy one, early morning school children will line up, parents, cars will come and line up and be buying puff puff. 500, 1,000. Puff puff done the reach 200 now per one. Puff puff 500, 1,000, 2,000. They are buying and they are going. People are coming. There are people that want to do, I also call it sari. What's the word for sari now? Retail. They'll come and buy. Okay, let me buy. So now sell it maybe at 10 naira cheaper for them, or 20 naira, so that they go and sell and make their gain. This woman, now people plenty, the ones where they mix, so the ones where they fry you, her own are to they collect money. As they collect, they instruct the person where they sell. So as they are frying it, they are packing it. Hey, now my turn, no, now my turn, no. There's somebody in charge of doing that role. Eh? If you're in Abuja, have you seen that Amala spot they call Iya Oyo? If Iya Oyo does not make money, she makes 1 million naira in a day. Iya Oyo started doing Amala. All those small ones now came Amala this, Amala that, Amala Oje Legba and the rest. Those ones too still sell. Look at it. I remember I made a post some weeks back. Me and my madam, we sat down, we were thinking, okay, what do we do? It seems to start roasting plantain, roasted bole and fish. See, don't think that, oh, this one is beneath me. This one is your account balance that we're looking at. Nothing is beneath you. As far as it's not illegal, it's not ungodly. God is happy with what you are doing. You are doing an honest job. My sister, please do it. You can go and teach in the morning. In the evening, you come and do your plantain and fish. Oh, you can go and do this. There are lots of things you can do. So start where you are with something basic. Don't use, if you have 400K, don't use all your 400K to go and test run it in case it's not working. Find something you can do with 200K so that if it's not holding on, you can either say, okay, I'll stop or I'll put more money to make it move, depending on how you studied the thing. But business is very dangerous in Nigeria. I won't say go and invest, because if you invest 400K in a year, at most it gives you maybe 50,000, 100,000. It will not sustain your family. I would say do a small business, like maybe frying akara and this thing. Any money people buy those things. Oh, buns, puff alata. Those are things people you can easily bring out their 15 naira, 100 naira to buy. So all you need is buy your fry pan, buy your firewood, buy your charcoal, or whatever you are using to do it. And then you find one small corner. You are doing it, people are coming to buy, and they're going. You do it in the morning, you go back and continue. Go and rest. If you have to do it in the evening, depending on the business, something like that. So just find something simple that people need daily. When you are now making money from that one, you can now say, okay, this one I want to go and buy land. Oh, I want to go and put, I don't know why I like akara. You forgive me on this akara. It's just basic. Oh, POS people used to make money these days. Oh, I was speaking to me. I like discussing with people. This is your POS business. If I start with 1 million naira, you say 1 million too much. So if you get 100,000 naira, now you could make at least 2,000 every day. 2,000 times 30 days. Is that not 60,000? And you just sit down and be pressing phone. And with 100,000, if you now have 500,000, you are all a good spot. You say in a good spot, you can make up to 5,000 naira, 10,000, 15,000 in a day. POS is lucrative. Find a good spot. And we need it everywhere. Everybody needs it. Go and do, but don't put this POS and say it's your life. Oh, remember once upon a time, people used to do phone call. It used to be like heaven and earth. One day that thing is going to pass. So while you're doing it, gather the money and quickly find the next thing to do. Don't be like the phone call center people and recharge card scratching people that all of a sudden they are no longer in business. So imagine somebody has said, okay, he went to marry wife and they say, what do? I have a phone call center. I sell recharge card. And now what will your family eat now if it did not improve? Then we used to do call 20 naira per minute. They now increase it to 15 naira. I doubt that it never moved beyond 15 naira. But nobody does that. Once upon a time, they'll send you recharge card, you go and sell it. They'll send 500, you sell it 450. Now nobody does that again because nobody cares. So while you're doing POS, whatever you're doing, so this goes even for your akara, your okpa, whatever you're doing, think of the next thing to do, how to move quickly. What will happen if this is no longer there? So while you're doing it, you're gathering your money and you're increasing yourself. I think I've answered that question.
Wow, this is so detailed. Like we're not supposed to. This is supposed to be a 1 hour session. It's 1 hour 43 minutes already. Wow. Like coach, I'm even thinking this replay is supposed to be made available, but this is a masterclass on this. So maybe we should just put a fee on it. I'm sure a lot of people are going to pay for it because like the value, the things you have really shared here are a lot. Like are really massive. And I was introducing him earlier. I'm asking everybody to clap and give him a clap innovation. People do not want to clap. So will you clap now? Like, will you clap? Like, in fact, I'm supposed to say everybody. No. I can say it now. Everybody should just stand up wherever they are and do some clap innovation. Then they clap here, but make sure you are standing. Man, this is really. I can say, hey, we can even unmute. Yes, unmute yourself and clap. Unmute yourself and clap. Man, this is actually this is bigger than a masterclass anybody can offer you. These are things that you are going to pay 20,000 naira for 30,000 naira for, and you're not going to get as much value as Okay, so thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Mr. Coach Innocent Waziri. This has been empowering, transformative, inspiring. This projection, I'm very sure nobody's going to watch this replay or be part of this, and you are still looking at business ideas that you're going to be looking for. And Mr. Innocent has just said, please, passion will not put food on your table. Okay, he mentioned earlier that don't be like me. I love money. Oh. I love money so much. I love money a lot. So don't think because I was asking the question I don't like money. No, I like money because one thing I realized on my own journey is that there are a lot of things that are easy for you to do when you have the money. There's this thing PK always said, we say it is someone that have blood that can donate. It's someone that is well that can donate blood. So it is when you have the money that can make a lot of impact. It's when you have the money that you can do a lot of things in the teaching profession. Okay, so please prioritize your financial well-being. It's very important. And that's why we're having this session on the Millionaire Teacher's Blueprint. And I hope with what you have learned today, you have gained massive value. For me, nobody should be poor. In this 2025, everybody must make millions. Everybody must make millions. We have to. Okay, so thank you so much again, Coach Innocent Waziri, for this amazing session. All right, so one of the things Mr. Innocent said earlier that everybody should start considering is online teaching, and I also saw that we have some questions around it. So I don't want to talk about this before, but I just feel like who knows, a lot of people might benefit from this. So part of what we're doing at the Growth Minded Educators Academy is what we're doing is trying to see how we can equip teachers to teach with technology. But for us, we don't want to focus on online teaching alone. What we are doing is we want to equip teachers with technological tools that they can use to teach both online and in the classroom. Technology. So if you intend to use tech to teach in your classroom to enhance your teaching and learning, you're going to have all the tools. The child decided that, oh, I'm tired of teaching in the classroom, collecting pennies. I want to start teaching online, get online opportunities. It's also going to work for you. And that is why we are currently working on launching like an academy. It's called Teach and Earn with Technology Academy. Teach and Earn with Technology Academy is not just about teaching with technology. It's about the different opportunities, different stream of income that you can make from just knowing how to teach with technology alone. Okay, so if you want to know more about this academy, there is a webinar we had recently. It's called Future of Learning webinar. So in the webinar, we talk about how to use AI, the things, the different disruption that's happening in the education sector that teachers, those of us that want to make millions, that want to make money, we have to be aware of because things are changing. And I remember, let me share this here. I remember when I visited Mr. Waziri in Kano, one thing he mentioned I've always kept in my mind is that always be a step ahead. Always be a step ahead because things are changing a lot. And if you are the type of people that wait before you change happen, before you change or before you get ahead of the curve, it can be catastrophic on its own. But then the most successful people you know ever in every industry are people who can change, who can like prepare for the change before it comes. So there are a lot of disruption that's happening in the education sector. How are you preparing for it? Okay, that's what we discuss in the Future of Learning webinar. I'm going to drop the link on the chat now, and also I'm going to attach the link to the replay of this. We're supposed to charge you for the replay, but don't worry, we'll give you access to it for free. But this must be the last time, so always make sure you join our session. Yes, next week we're still going to have another session with an educator that is going to like empower us with their own experiences too. So I'll drop the link now. Make sure you click on the link and then to get access to the replay of the webinar. When you get access to the replay, we talk about the academy too. Then you can decide to join and be part of it. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you staying this long with us. Thank you so much. This is something that happens every Sunday. By next week Sunday, we're going to be having another session where a teacher that is into STEM. You'll be hearing about STEM education. Want to go into STEM. Our speaker next week is going to be taking us through STEM education. She is a global STEM educator. She's an educator that has been awarded internationally for our work in the area of STEM. So you can't afford to miss it. Okay? You can't afford to miss it. So just drop the link now. There's also a link for us for you to join our WhatsApp group on the chat. Make sure you join it. So thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this session. Thank you so much, Mr. Innocent Waziri. Again, this means a lot to us. We don't take it for granted. And for everybody that is here, you're watching the replay. Thank you for being part of this. Really, wish you the best of luck. We hope that this has been empowering, inspiring, and transformative for you. Thank you, and we can't wait to see you at the top because that's where we're going to be. So, Miss Ryan, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Waziri.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
all
You're
participants.
welcome.
Really appreciate you. So we hope to see more of you, Mr. Waziri. Thank you so much, and our
No
regards to the
problem. Have a
family,
good
sir.
night rest, everybody.
Thank you, sir. You too, sir. Bye. Bye, everyone.